Okay, my name's Sarah Parsons. I'm training as an electrical technician at Augusta-Wessons, which is a helicopter manufacturing company based in Yeovil. I'm in my third year now of a 4-year apprenticeship, and my first year I spent at Yeovil College, and that was full time. There I did sort of national certificate in electrical engineering. I did an NVQ level 2 and key skills level 2. That year was basically a sort of hands-on year, and I sort of did workshop work. I did composites, electronics and electrical installation. But now I'm currently working on site, where I'm doing a higher national certificate in electrical engineering at Yeovil College on a day release basis. I'm also doing an NVQ level 3 and a key skills level 3. The department I'm working in is called EMC, which is electromagnetic compatibility, where I go out on the aircraft and do a bit of testing. My last placement, I worked in Lynx design office, so I was working mainly obviously on the Lynx aircraft. Wessons deal with lots of other aircraft as well. They do sort of work with the EH-101, the Apache. They do stuff on the Chinook and the Lynx. They've also got the new programme Super Lynx, which is a strong involvement at the moment. Myself though, I've worked with the 101 and the Lynx mainly, but the department I'm in at the moment I do testing on various aircrafts, so sort of I get to see most of them. I never really had a proper desire to go into engineering myself. At school I took graphics for GCSE. I always sort of enjoyed drawing, things like that. For my work experience I went to structural engineers and an architect's office, and because I enjoyed that so much I thought perhaps the engineering route was perhaps the one I ought to go down, and the Wessons apprenticeship scheme was in the paper, so I thought I'd sort of take it up and have a look, and it's the best thing I could have done really, leaving school, so it's really good. Yeah, I say graphics and sort of that kind of the drawing experience did help me. It was to get the sort of different drawing techniques. It wasn't really the actual how to draw, it was more the techniques that helped me probably the most. And at college I had to do a couple of things like that as well. At work, I mean, the main of my work, I'm office based, so the main of my work is sort of design, and I do electrical wiring diagrams, things like that, so the actual drawing side did help me. Yeah. Being an apprentice, you sort of don't get loads and loads of responsibility dumped on you, but sort of being able to complete a drawing at least is usually quite rewarding. I had a job not so long ago where I had to actually complete the whole drawing myself. I had to go out and meet people and find out all the information I needed and actually make up the drawing sort of individually all by myself. An in-depth job, but to have it finished and done was quite good. So to get it all signed off at the end was quite rewarding. Yes, yeah. There's definitely opportunities in the future because Wessons are joint with like Italy, with Finmeccanica, so there's sort of Italy travel kind of perhaps opportunities later on, and there's also, we do a lot of dealings with the Americans, so perhaps later on I might be able to go to America or something. But at the moment I haven't had any chance to go elsewhere, but I did have an opportunity. I went up in an A109, a W109, and I was very lucky to get that. But that was just a random flight which I was asked if I wanted to go on, and went up in the co-pilot seat and circled my house 3 times. So I was very lucky to do things like that. The opportunities are there, it's just sort of waiting and sort of getting to know the right people to do those kind of things. But yeah, sort of having the training that I've got would open up doors for me in other companies as well. So yeah, there's other places to go, and especially with the electrical sort of side. In my first year at Yeovil College, that's when I did my BTEC national certificate. That was a 2-year training sort of qualification. It was pretty tough going to start with, mainly because sort of coming from school you didn't have all the knowledge so far, but once you sort of got into it and you sort of understood a little bit more about sort of the electronics and the sort of stuff that you were dealing with, it kind of became a little bit easier. But each year does get harder, obviously, but it was generally okay, and we managed to complete the course at the end, and it's sort of something that I can add to my CV now. So at school I took, for my GCSEs, I took business communication, and I also took PE. I always enjoyed sport when I was at school, and business communication was something I thought would come in useful perhaps in the future. And I actually, after my exams, I got an A star in my business communication, which I was quite pleased with. So even if the engineering route didn't turn out so good for me, I could always go down sort of the business route or something. But otherwise it was sort of the compulsory science, maths and English, and I took French as well. That was compulsory at my school, especially physics. Physics being sort of Ohm's law, things like that. The basics of the electronics was helpful, and it has been helpful so far in my apprenticeship. So